protect the world from devastation,
to unite all peoples within our nation,
to denounce the evils of truth and love,
to extend our reach to the stars above.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you'd like to go a step further, tap the notification bell. That way you'll be updated every time I'm uploading something new. Yes, God, honey, it is time for a truth and justice moment, bitch. It's time to serve these whores their final rights on life, and we're going to get it together. As you all know, I am the judge, honey, and I'm the executioner, honey. You guys are the motherfucking, the jury, bitch, okay? Hello, God. But my rulings are absolute, and they are final, okay? Now, let us begin. You have now entered the courtroom of Judge YB Entertainment TV, bitch. The people are real. The cases are real. And the rulings are absolute and final. Yes, God, honey, let the court commence. Hello, God. Welcome to everybody. Excuse me, I just got finished spraying a bunch of bleach and fucking Fabuloso throughout my kitchen and bathroom, so those chemicals got me a little like, girl. So excuse me, honey. What's up to everybody? How you doing? MVN, Coco Chanel, how you? Joshua, Shed Pearl. Welcome to everybody. Before we get into, why we are gathered here today, honey, I do want to say something. So there was a comment left. Whoever the president is, I don't know if you have close ties with the Chasing Reality platform or whatever. I don't normally take time out of my day to address people like this too much. I did reply to your comment on my platform about my Chasing Dallas episode 7 review that I posted today. Let me say this. I love and support these platforms, but what we're not going to do is the shit that we've been seeing. We are not going to do that. Anybody who goes up for the things that they've bared witness to, anybody who's trying to celebrate these raggedy bitch behaviors that we've been seeing here, anybody who salutes and supports that way of thinking, that type of laziness to produce and to edit and to upload these past couple of episodes that we've been seeing, I felt like this whole entire season just should have been scrapped if we were not going to put our best foot forward. And that's just on period. That's just on period. I'm not going up for the, if you were new, that'd be different. We've already talked about that before though, right? If you were a new platform, then I could understand. But bitch, y'all are veterans in the game. Y'all are heavily looked at. You guys, my famous word, revered in this industry. So how dare you put on below than subpar, low vibrating ass bullshit and things that are just not making sense. So if you like that way of thinking, then this is not the platform for you. Okay. This is not the platform for you at all. And another thing, I'm not trying to be a bitch here, but if you have strong opinions, if you want to give that kind of, perspective, then create your own platform and you speak about it. Since we're all these negative ass bitches and, and then you try to speak for the people. The people love my type of reviews, so I don't know. I don't know how you found your way over to the platform. I appreciate your support, but you don't have to do that. And that goes for anybody else who feels that way. I'm sorry. I was put on this earth to be real as fuck, not just in this virtual life, but in my real life as well. Okay, what you see with me is really like what you get. Period. I'm judging a show like I judge the walk of life. Sorry. And for the people that produce the content and put it out there, the fact that y'all just can't see the forest through the trees like the rest of the older, mature-minded individuals that actually, give a fuck about some shit, that's on you too, honey. I'm not going to stop being me. I'm not going to stop giving my opinion. Yes, I will agree. Watching my own playback, it did seem a little whatever, but I gave what I could give. I judged what I saw, and it was nothing but bullshit. Period. That's what we're going to set the standard at for what we should be celebrating the girls. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll celebrate you when you do right. But when you go on here, you trying to show us fuckery, then I have no choice but to call it out. So if y'all don't like what us reviewers are saying, then girl, you just move on kindly. Move on kindly. Period. And again, it's no disrespect. I love everybody who comes over and engages in the platform. No comment is off limits. Speak your fucking mind, but don't say things like, oh, you shouldn't review the show then if you're just going to shade it all. If all you got from my review was shade, then you're not, this platform isn't meant for you, because I come at things with a third eye comedic perspective that's based in real reality, girl. Okay. And how I saw this episode is how I felt like I needed to give that review. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Now, moving on, child. Let's get into some things, honey. Okay, what's up, KK? How you doing, So Jeff? What's the tea, all? So let's get into it, honey. So, girl, Dave Chappelle. I know, this is still brewing. This has been going on for about 3 weeks now. Ever since the Closer special came out on Netflix, child, I watched it. I actually just got finished watching half of it just now. And, first of all, I have to give this disclaimer. Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite comedians. Him, Cat Williams, Eddie Murphy. Like, these people are funny as a motherfucker. Like, they are the titans of comedy. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac. You know what I'm saying? I never really got into Steve Harvey that much. I just felt like, ooh, girl. Cedric the Entertainer has his moments, but I really like the people that are on like the local comedy circuit sometimes, people that may not be all that well known, because those are a lot of times the funniest people. But the reason I really enjoy Dave Chappelle is because he comes at things like I do, with the third eye. And oftentimes the dialogue can be provocative, but there is an underlying meaning to whatever the fuck it is that people like us decide to talk about. If you ever notice, I go live on some meaningful shit. I only like to produce content that's going to yield a conversation on another level. Whether it's race, whether it's sexuality, whether it's gender, whether it's social justice situations. Like, I like to come at things from a different perspective. I even do my reviews like that. Every time you see me do something, know that I've thought about it. And if it's like something that has to do with social justice or, global warming or anything that's affecting human life in that way, I've done some research on it. So I'm never going to put up anything that I don't feel like isn't going to yield a conversation. Now, did we ever say, and I'm saying we because I think along the lines of Dave Chappelle, did we ever say that the commentary was going to be clean? No. Do we always give a disclaimer that, girl, based off our patterns, our history, child, we're known to go there? Because it sucks that we have learned and we have mastered the art of blowing up the spot. And what I mean by that is saying things for shock value just to have those conversations. Isn't that about a bitch? And that's why I love Dave Chappelle, because he unadmittedly believes the same thing. He told y'all in this special several times what the root of the issue really is. And it really wasn't about the LGBT community or Black LGBT community. He was also talking about the differences in the racial divide of the white community of gays and us. That scene where he talked about going to the restaurant and these people try to bait him and it worked. And they were white people. And then at the end of the argument, they wanted to call the police. He spoke about the difference. Like, if I was dealing with a gay Black individual, they would have never even went there because we already know what that means. You know what I'm saying? When the police show up, if there's Black people involved in people of color, period, involved in situations, the police are not asking questions. They don't give a fuck. And I hate to say that in a general way, but let's be honest here. Like, that's even my experience. So whenever you hear sirens, whenever you hear a person call the police, Black people in the group, raise your hand if you've been one of the people that said, girl, it's time to go. Because you don't have time for the fuck shit. We even oftentimes allow crimes against us to happen because we don't want to contact law enforcement. It's not because we're afraid of some, illegal shit. We're afraid for our life. Because when police get involved in black business, child, let's just be honest here, it never goes well. It never goes well. A lot of times you got a lot of people that won't report, like I said, these crimes that are being, done against them because they're afraid. So Dave Chappelle, I feel like, is speaking to, our experiences as minorities. I will say there were a lot of problematic things that he said, but again, why you're not seeing the forest through the trees. He's raising the issue by talking about it in a certain way so that, but see, the audience, I don't think that they were smart enough, because it seemed like their laughter was pushed by their own selfish views on our community. Because the way that the audience was so ready to receive all of the negativity from, the conversation without really thinking about what it was. Because I don't think the audience even understood what he was really trying to say. But I got it. A bitch with a third eye was able to appreciate the commentary. Again, it's unfortunate that we as people that stand up for humanity, girl, have to say things that sound disparaging in order to have a conversation about it. And then we all proved him right by going straight to try to cancel him without really thinking about the depth and breadth of what the fuck this man was talking about. When he made the comment where you're gay until you need to be white again or something like that, I forgot the situation. I took that as he obviously can't be talking about the black LGBT community. He's not talking about us. He's talking about the white LGBT community. And even in our own way as black LGBT community members, we say that all the time. We don't mix with the white gays like that. Our experiences are totally different. There may be one or few out of the bunch, like there are the little white girls in the hood, child, that get accepted by the community, girl. But I bet you that took them motherfuckers years to do. So we can't be, oh, what's up, Conscious? How you doing, baby? Antonia Smith, how you doing? Yes, God, honey. Thank you for watching the review. I appreciate it. Yes, honey. Yeah, everybody's over chasing Dallas. Hey, I love the girls. I wish them well. I'm going to speak on some things, Joshua. Yes, God. One of the things that Dave Chappelle said that really threw me was his idea that black LGBT people do not get brutalized. We don't get murdered. We don't get accosted, that we don't get harassed by law enforcement or anybody. And that was one of the biggest problems with this whole special that I had, was here we go again, speaking on experiences and things that we don't know. I also didn't like the fact that he tried to say that he was jealous of the gay community because we have a more progressive movement than, the Black civil rights. And I was really discouraged by that, because for those that have been following my channel, I'm a firm believer in the equal proportions of racism and, child, that damn bleach got my ass. Oh, girl. Anyway, excuse me, I had a brain fart, y'all. There's an obvious, to me, if you look at the length and the time between all of these people out here that did not like black people, people of color, also when you talk about gay experience, the length of time to me is equal, and the treatment to me is equal. And one thing I want black people to understand, people of color, period, is that if you are a African American or a person of color that is also part of the LGBT community, you have a lot more hanging over you than you do if you were just a person of color. I will speak to what Joshua stated. I do believe that there is a certain level of privilege that the black gays have over the heterosexual gays, but at the end of the day, that separation is only wrought by what is your level of masculinity to femininity. Because let's be real here, if I was a masculine black boy, it doesn't matter. If I get pulled over by a cop, I'm not gonna be like, child, I'm one of the girls, don't shoot me. If I was innately masculine as fuck, they'll treat me the same way they do heterosexual black men. So really, I don't even want to look at that. You feel what I'm saying? Because that code goes to a whole other type of conversation. That's the only difference in privilege. Masculinity versus your femininity. And probably skin tone. I'm not going to lie. There's obvious disparities there. Because, black people are not a model child when it comes to color. You could be light skin, dark skin, brown skin, caramel, all kinds of shit. So, and it sucks. Those are conversations that I felt like Dave Chappelle was touching on. There's a obvious bias in law enforcement. Obvious bias in treatment on how they do us versus our white counterparts. There was a lot of good conversation pieces that, things that he was touching on. And if you notice, he stops here and there. He stops here and there to kind of look at the audience. And I don't think people understand when people do that, it's to gauge and see if you're truly understanding. While you're laughing and you're in upheaval about it all, another reason why I think it was imperative that he stated that I decided to do this in Detroit. Well, because you kind of knew that these people were a little of the like-minded nature of, how things go in this society, if you know what I mean. It was obviously felt with the stupid laughter and the ignorance of agreeing, because again, I still believe the audience truly did everything that he said flew over their heads, just like it's flowing over a lot of people's heads in the community and the people that have these podiums to speak their fuck shit. You know what I mean? So I feel at the end of the day, girl, we have to really start paying attention to what people are saying. And it was, the backlash was so quick. You didn't even give the special time to kind of sink in and watch it for a second time to just see. And I'm glad I did it, because there were some parts that I kind of like missed out on. Now, again, do I agree with the totality of the commentary? Hell no. All of that shit was bullshit. I also want to dispel this fuckery that he talked about the baby. Again, we have to start educating ourselves. You cannot compare the baby situation with the whole Walmart shooting. That was in self-defense. A lot of the southern states have their stand your ground laws. So if someone was trying to hurt that man or his family, because that was a situation, he was in Walmart with his daughter, some crazy person approached him on some fuck shit, and the baby felt the need to defend himself. So let's not try to go there and say, oh, well, nothing happened to him, so we can shoot niggas. But I understood it because that there is a truth that lies in that. But when you're talking about it, when you're setting up your argument for it, let's get our facts straight. Because for the people that knew the situation with the baby, we're like, oh, no, girl. How many of y'all knew the situation with the baby, saw the special, and was like, oh, no, bitch, you got that all the way wrong? The Stonewall riot started because we were fighting against the police brutality. And I wanted to talk about that too. Like, you wanted to say that you're jealous of us. Are you jealous of the high crimes held against us in our community? Are you jealous of the vast numbers of trans women, LGBT community members that are being murdered, that are being harassed, that are being bullied, that are committing suicide out here in these streets? Are you jealous of all of that? And I also want to say this as well too. Oh, fuck, it just left my mind. It just left my mind. It was going to be a very important point. Fuck, it left my mind. Damn. But are you jealous of those things? That's what I want to know. Because the same things that happen to our heterosexual, black counterparts, girls, happening to us. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The same way you're being targeted for your skin. Let's talk about Mayweather just briefly. And I want to make this point. Mayweather was recorded leaving some event. Some white boy with painted nails wanted to take a picture with him. Floyd Mayweather walked by him and stated, oh, I don't take pictures with people that have their nails painted. And I thought to myself, wow, bitch, how dare you? So this lends to white people stating that I don't want to be around a black person. I don't want to be around a person of color. I don't want to be nowhere in your vicinity. I don't want you cooking my food. I don't want you cleaning my house. I don't want you touching me. I don't want you speaking to me. How dare you, person of color, be in my presence? How dare you ask me for an autograph, person of color? That to me is equal. Girl. So going on, that lends to my argument against Dave Chappelle's, that filthy statement that he made. Like it's the same to me. At one point, black people were afraid to go out their homes. How do you think we feel? But we feel more than that in our own black communities. I grew up in the hood. There were moments where I was just like dreading to have to go outside. Because, back then, I don't give a fuck if I wasn't foster care. I lived with some old black people, who children don't sit in the house all day. You get your ass outside and play. I don't give a fuck if it's by yourself. If you out here killing butterflies or whatever the fuck, bitch, you finna go outside today, girl. Collect the mangoes in the backyard. Bitch, go cut the grass. Something, girl. Like you ride the bike. You have to go somewhere. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Dave Chappelle is the GOAT. Hold on, you said something else. I'm missing the chat. Sorry, y'all. There's no privilege in that regard. Gay black men just aren't committing crimes and swaddling in environments that intersect with policing. And when black men die, their sexuality isn't necessarily the focus. That's true. They may not be killed by the police, but they are taken advantage of sexually by police and straight men in power. So we assume the men who die in police custody are straight. No, I don't believe that at all. But they do, though. See, when the argument that I was trying to make, and I don't know if this was something you were trying to say, Conscious, but law enforcement, if they see a person of color, period, I feel like there could be some difference in the treatment. Like it just depends on the situation, obviously. If I'm walking down the street with my homegirl and I'm getting harassed by a police officer, and I throw out the old girl and I'm noticeably feminine, I do feel like the treatment may be a little bit different. Just a tad bit. But if I was a heterosexual acting gay person, so you can't really see the difference there. I do feel like they would have more harsher experience. You feel what I'm saying? But then again, as we see, child, they kill black women all the time. They killing women all the time too, and children, child. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because they're going to kill us all, as they've already proven. Hello, God. Yes, honey. I'm not saying telling them. I'm not saying tell. It's the assumption by looking at you and your body language. Like I've seen a difference in other people, how they get treated. A lot of times the real flamboyant gays, they get treated like, okay, girl, we're going to laugh at you real quick and ha ha ha. But if you're like a masculine presenting gay dude, they're not seeing that. You were responding to a comment in the chat, and I also understand the point you were making too. Okay. Yeah, honey, because, and I want to speak on this as well, too. We, again, like Flamin' Road Girl, it's time for you to just go somewhere. We don't need you at all. And I wonder how the trans, well, obviously we know. Damn, Conscious, I forgot. Fuck, I was going to play some of that clip from the IG Live. Remember what we were talking about the other night? Damn, I was going to play some of that clip. Because, bitch, who I forgot homegirl's name, honey. Hope Giselle, I think is that her name? She read that stone-faced ass bitch for filth, girl. She read her for filth. Got that bitch slapped together. But I'm not really going to speak too much on Flame because I understand she was put on there to talk about the Dave Chappelle situation. I don't agree with her commentary because she's just out here tapped, in the words of Conscious TV, tap dancery, Boosie-like energy things for these motherfucking straight people. You want to be accepted. Hello, God. Girl, where's my phone? Where's my phone, bitch? Yes, honey. Hold on. We finna play that shit. Luckily, it's already in my Instagram because that shit was funny as hell, bitch. I don't give a fuck. That shit was funny as hell. Yes, honey. Conscious read that bitch for Phil, honey. Ooh, where is it?
Brandon Rose having the microphone, I just feel like, to YB's point, there's too many of these people holding the space. And I made the same argument for Kwame Brown that's had Angela Stankin on his platform, who's had a Judge Ho Brown on his platform, and I don't mind that, but my question is, if we're really being neutral and fair and we're trying to...
Oh, hold on, that's the wrong one. Hold on. No, that's the wrong one too. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is.
About what our thoughts and opinions are, girl. You knew you was going to say coonery, tap dancery, pussy energy like things, and tap dance hardcore for these people. Now, my personal opinion, Miss Monroe, is I think you're just really mad because you're built like used tricycle parts, okay? You have more jump. You have more jump. Okay? Oh my Wait! Oh, girl! Flame has more drunk stuff in her than Pamper and Son. I just want her to be...
Child, that shit took us the fuck out, honey. That's probably my most favorite clip of the entire season of the Yes God Roundtable. Oh God, that thing took me out, child. Shout out to Conscious TV, because, and also y'all gotta get into the commentary, honey. Y'all gotta go over there, bitch. When I tell you, Conscious TV dragged the life force, bitch, out of Little Booty, honey, dragged the entire life force out of that bitch. So y'all make sure y'all get into his commentary on that situation. When I tell you, you will get a whole healthy belting of laughter, bitch. Hello, God. Okay. But yes, child. Like Flame and Roll, we're just tired of you. It's kind of go somewhere. One of the things I didn't like about when you were on the panel along with T.S. Madison, I forgot who the other person was. You were eating. You were just looking really ignorant, stupid, childish, very just retarded. I think that soup bowl hat that you're always fucking wearing is latching onto the nerve endings in your motherfucking brain, bitch, and it's snapping the motherfuckers. That's what's happening here. You're losing your mind. All of that shit that you got put in your face, all those fillers, all those chemicals, all those fucking tire irons, bitch, that are poking out of your goddamn Play-Doh, McPlay-Doh face ass. Over you, girl. Over you. Goodbye, honey. See you later, girl. See you later. Like, I don't know why you're a thing now. You know, this goes to what I was telling y'all the other day. They'll force people in you. They'll make them the mascot child. Then you feel like you have no choice but to live without them. But, bitch, I guarantee you we can live without her. Okay? Her swap meat face built ass. Thank you, Jesus. Okay? Anyway... But shout out to Dave Chappelle. He's going to be meeting with one of the people who took offense, one of the trans women who work at the network, I'm guessing, who took offense to what happened. Apparently, there was a whole thing, girl. So apparently, like, they were the trans women who worked in the studio, I guess, when this special was being produced. They were releasing the tea before it aired. They were like gearing up to basically go against, you know, this particular special. I'm just like, girl, I get it. Trust me, I do. But we have to find a way to see the forest through the trees. At least, I'm not going to say this as it's a caveat or anything, but I'm glad that people are having conversations about our community on these wide platforms. But we have to understand too, and this is going to end it on Dave Chappelle, I understand, going back to what I said earlier, we have no choice in this world but to create shock and awe moments, to have meaningful conversations, thought-provoking conversations. And it's the fault of the dimmed down wit of this society that they don't understand the power and the weight of the words that are coming out of people like Dave Chappelle's mouth. At the end, he did a great reveal at the special. He's talking about white people, girl, white supremacy, how it's embedded its ugly fucking neck in this goddamn world, and how we take every fucking thing to a certain place that it really didn't have to be taken. And let me tell something to the LGBT community, because this encompasses you all of us. We have a lot of work to do within. I find it crazy that we can rally against these so-called great evils when they've done crimes against us, but when we do crimes against each other, where's the rallying within? We got a lot of work. Not saying that we shouldn't demand outside respect, because bitch, that's why I get it. Because we tired of the girls coming for our community. We will lay you whores to waste. I understand it. I'm here for the fight too, girl. But we have to pick the battles. And we got to start sensing things with spirit and soul energy instead of just what we see on the surface. Because we'll be easily led astray that way. And history has proven that's happened before. Just because of how something looks. You know? Hello, God. Ashley Preston, Hope Giselle, TS, and Flame. Ashley is amazing too. She's just so nice. Yeah, sometimes, and when we talk about these particular subject matters, we can't be nice about it. Because they're not nice when they're committing their acts of violence against us. Hello, God. And this is also for the heterosexual Black community. Y'all girls better start putting some respect on us, because, girl, there's been many times proven where you've needed us. And we've been there. Even when you didn't have to call on us, we were there. Amen? All right, child. So let's get into Little Booty, child, and my little sister and brother, Little Nas X, child. Honey, so this he is just keep on going and go. Oh, hold on. Dave Chappelle, we're going to charge you a fine, girl. Hello, God. Just because we're poor and we need some of that rich nigga money. Okay. So, I believe $100,000 will be perfect. Okay. And if you could just put some money on the food stamp card, that'd be great too. Okay. Next case. Yes, God, honey. Okay. So yeah, Little Booty Child and Lil Nas X, girl. They still fighting, girl. This is girl. This is so sexy, girl. You know what I'm saying? This is like Trade in their bottom going at it, girl. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, girl. He's afraid to be exposed, child, but he's fallen madly in love with his bottom. Hello, God. He has no choice, girl. He's debating within himself because he's loved this bottom in secret for so long, honey. Girl, he's been desiring you. Hallelujah. Honey. What'd you say, Conscious? Child. I'm telling y'all, if you want to laugh, get into that video that Conscious did. I'll try to put it in the description of this video. And let me tell y'all something. I fucking died, and you will too, bitch. But the Lord will resurrect you. Amen. Honey, it's just like little booty girl, like you're really mad that your bottom has went to the press. He's opened up, because that's what happens, girl. It happened to me a long time ago. As soon as I came out the closet, all my trades didn't really want to fuck with me like that no more. Oh, nigga, you came out the closet, so I really don't want to, you know what I'm saying? So it seems like once Lil Nas X came out the closet, that's when Trade had an issue, girl. Little Booty had an issue, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's mad because now he can't do things in the midnight hour with him anymore. Girl. I know that has to be sad, but Little Booty girl, there's other ways around this, girl. There's other ways around this. Stop being mad at your bottom, girl, because he's trying to live his best life, honey. Okay? Girl, it's okay, girl. Even the father had to come in like, I know, yeah, you've been fucking with my son, and now he done came out the closet. He's successful. You're mad at him, child. And he done moved on, child. He done started, having sex with his dancers and having relationships and stuff like that, and with other openly gay men, child. So you're just mad because that used to be you. Late in the midnight hour, God's gonna turn him around. That booty's gonna be flooded in your favor. Yes, honey, for Little Booty. She is mad, girl. I understand, girl. Trust me, I do, girl. I watch y'all low vibrating ass, toxic, masculine DL niggas all the time unraveling your fucking filth and misery, girl, because you can't see how we finally have saw the light. Hallelujah. That we will no longer let the world persecute us or make us feel like trash any longer. That we are finally going to stand up on the foundation. Hallelujah, bitch. And become who we have always been and celebrate it. You're mad that your bottom has left the side of darkness and is now walked into the gay light, child. You are mad, girl, that you can no longer get that pussy, that you can no longer get that throat. Okay, girl, that you can no longer caress that chocolate gleaming skin, honey. And you're mad about it in my Ricky Thompson voice. And you're mad about it. Girl. Everyone check your closets real quick. Ooh. Girl, it's Booty. Oh, girl. Oh, I thought it was Little Booty. Girl, please. She is mad about it. Girl, she's mad. Child, so Lil Nas X's father is finally speaking out, child. Your girl, the family's now getting involved with their son. I'm just like, girl, you know. And he had something to say. And then Lil Boosie is just a nasty person. So let's go back to what all started this, this train of events, child. So fucking Nas doing what he does best, trolling the kids, honey. Trolling the motherfucking kids, the troll under the bridge. Okay, before you can cross the bridge, you got to deal with the troll, girl. Hello, God. Bitch, and here goes Lil Nas X stating, he did a video, child, talking about he's doing a collaboration with Lil Booty. And child, Lil Booty took to the social media streets that will let him, because he's blocked on damn near everything, girl. But he finds a way, just like a cockroach, girl, just like a starved ass fucking cockroach. For some reason, girl, the resurrection is real for a bitch like Lil Booty. Okay, he found a way to get through. Okay, he was able to get through all the white gay noise, child of life, and let his down low hurt heart that his bottom is speaking out against him, child. Hello. And he girl called the boy all kinds of faggots. The world would be better off without you type of tease, like really nasty. And I'm just like, do you not understand? Like, that is the walk in the journey for a lot of us. You know what I mean? And not even just people that are of the spectrum, just people, period. You don't know how your words could be interpreted to your fans, to the people that actually pay attention to your ignorant ass. I don't think you understand that. We just had the last several years alone, we've had a lot of young people commit suicide because they were afraid to, be who they wanted to be. Kids are being treated like shit, bullied, harassed. We saw that with the young man in Georgia recently, And that's just the things that we see. Imagine the shit that we don't see. Look what happened to Gabriel Fernandez. We talked about that last year. That was probably the most single piece on my platform that I have the most passion for. And we see these things happening. Tortured. Y'all be thinking that death is this all thing. No, torture is worse than death. I would rather you kill me, bitch, than make me suffer the way that y'all make some of these children out here suffer in the world. And the fact that Lil Booty keeps trying to reprise his role as America's dad. Girl, please. Girl, please. What Lil Nas X father said about you is not wrong. It's the truth. You're a walking hypocrite. You're a walking trash can. You're tired. You're through. I don't even know why people, even myself, were giving that man, that trash of a human being, the waste of space of a human being, because you haven't done nothing for your communities, for anybody else, even yourself, child. And the fact that you keep talking, you would think a nigga that could be under investigation in some way, because girl, even though your son is probably grown now, you still had a grown woman basically take his childhood away from him, all because you wanted to guarantee that he wasn't going to be a fruit fly. Girl, please. And to think that This journey of prison that niggas seem to love so much. I don't understand this thing about prison, you know, and I finally get it. There's this erotica about it. I understand, booty. I get it, girl. They were taking you against your will at first, and then you started to like it, girl. I understand. And then one, you know, you're gay for the stage, child. I understand, honey. I get it. You have diabetes. You needed some way to get your insulin, and the only way you knew the queens knew. Or the reason you're so hateful against us is because you were taken. But you know how the niggas in jail are, honey. Some niggas don't give a fuck about your celebrity. They don't give a fuck about who you are. Lil Booty is a grown man, but he's the size of a midget. Oh, they don't like that. I'm sorry. Little people. He's the size of a little person. They took him, girl. They took him, girl. As Conscious TV said, they wiped him down, girl. They wiped you down, girl. Pulled up at the club VIP, gas tank on E, but all nut on me. You were taken. Okay? And not in the Liam Neeson type of way either, child. Okay? You were taken. They took you. Or what was that from G Status? You were tooken. Yeah. It's just funny to me because, like, girl, as we're doing this, you know, we have moved into the realm of Lil Nas's ultimate success. His trickery is working, girl. His spell casting is working. We're continuing the conversation months and months later, almost a year into when he debuted Call Me By Your Name video. You know what I'm saying? Where the conversation, which pushes advertisement, which pushes everything, honey. And we appreciate it because one small step for him is a nice step for us. So continue on your hateration and holleration in this dancery, honey. Hello, God, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Girl, it is. I'm sorry, girl. He's laughing. That man is beyond pathetic. Beyond pathetic. A disgrace, girl. He had the nerve to sit here and say that he felt like he was being blackballed, girl. Excuse me, of all words, blackballed, honey, right? With that trash of a movie. No one cares about your life, bitch. You only made a big stink about that because you wanted to push viewership on your bullshit of a movie. No one even wanted it. That's what was said, is that no one even wanted it. Conscious TV, it wasn't even Lifetime. It was a lot of networks that said, hell no, we don't want that trash. And then you had your son playing the young version of you. Was this before or after he was getting his dick sucked forcefully by older women? Let's actually put that into better terminology. Sexually abused by older women. A lot of kids, despite what some people think, they don't start thinking about a thing until they get a little bit older sometimes. These kids sometimes just want to play their video games and be a damn child. And you being written, I'm not going to say you're rich, but you're richer than a lot of the other niggas you grew up with, right? You would think that you would do your best to provide your child a safe and comfortable life. But instead, you want to force your bullshit on them. That's what I'd like to call a generational curse. At least an example of one. That was done to you as well. And coupled with your experiences in prison, honey, you wanted to secure the notion that your son and a lot of y'all forceful bitches, y'all be thinking you're driving the gay out of somebody or preventing the gay from reaping its head into somebody. But bitch, if it's meant to be there, it's already there, girl. Sometimes you end up forcing people into trying those things because you tell them how bad it is and how disgusting it is. The old saying goes, rules are meant to be broken. The more you push on people, the more they push back. The more you tell someone, no, you shouldn't do that, the more they might be interested in doing it. So I say, Little Booty, thank you so much for pushing more of your so-called straight people over to want to try us out real quick. Come for a stay, you might like it. Mm-hmm. We call it the comfort in. Hello, God. we do provide rewards points. Amen. Hello, God. Experience 3 times, get a night free. Okay, if straight folk would stop hating Lil Nas X, I would be able to finally dislike him myself. And I noticed that too, and I'm so glad that you are out here battling, child, and getting the girls to fucking bend the knee to the king, okay? Because I know how you feel about him. But we're not gonna let some raggedy ass bitches come against our brother in gay Christ. It's not gonna happen. Boosie promotes his kids to be hypersexual, but when a girl says they're pregnant with his grandchild, he calls her a liar and a clout chaser. I'm telling you, child, he's a walking contradiction. The hypocrisy spilleth out of his mouth, just like the balls that he used to gag on when he was in prison. Hello, God. Girl. Got a back page stripper to molest kids to his house. They might come back lost virginity, child. They might come back traumatized. There's no real telling how your child really felt in that moment, especially if it was his very first sexual experience. Ooh, what was that movie? Was it The Wood? Remember, oh, that's what I love about old school movies, especially like the black movies, child. Like it used to show the gentle nature of coming into your own as a teenager, as a young man, as a young woman. You know, the different steps that you took to lick the panties off of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, where a man period wasn't afraid to tell you that he was a virgin, that he hadn't experienced, you know, sexual intercourse yet. You know what I mean? Like, was it The Wood? I think it was The Wood. Correct me if I'm wrong, where homeboy and homegirl, you know, in the flashbacks they were going through, child, they were having a little moment and he was trying to get the condom on, child, and do all kinds of stuff. And it was like a shitty first experience. But then once they got things going, then it worked out. Like, I love movies like that because it still shows that gentle side to us. Love and Basketball, child. Ooh, shout out to Sanaya Lathan, child, and Omar Epps, child. Yes, God, honey. Love starts to cry at the full moon. I know you got a little life in you left. I know you got a lot of strength left. I know you got a little life in you left. Yes, I know you got a lot of strength left. Should be crying, but I just can't let it show. Should be hoping, but I can't stop thinking. All the things we should have did that we never did. All the things that we said that we never said. Girl, that was my shit, girl. That was my girl. When you saw that, you were like, oh, I want my first time to be like that girl. Like, yes. Girl, but Little Booty comes from that time period, girl, where it's all about making sure the local whore has their turn with the boys that are about to be men, child, so they can have a standard or a reference point to look to. But that's trash when you think about it. You want your child's first time to be important, something they can look on and be like, okay, yes, this was amazing. Someone, at least with someone that's their own fucking age, and not the age of a fucking Hogwarts witch hag. You want it to be special. Now, when that boy references his first time, it's with a loose mouth ass fucking crackhead bitch who, in exchange for her services, was paid in loose Newports and Krabby Patties. Girl, please. God forbid. They won't tell us, though, that he probably got crabs or something from it. Mr. Krabs, child, please. I'm telling you, girl. A hot fucking mess. A hot fucking mess. I'm over it. Little Boosie, you're trash. We sentence you to the dungeons of life, bitch, where we're not going to sentence you to death because that's just, no. Again, death is too good for a bitch like this. We sentence him to the sex dungeons, where his deepest fantasies can be fulfilled without the prying eyes of society, girl. Hello, God. That's what we're going to do here, people. That's what we're going to do here. We have sentenced to Little Booty to life with immortality so he can never die. He'll be chained to the erotica sex dungeons. Hello, God. Where he can live out the rest of his days, well, all of his days, because he's immortal, he can't die. Hello, God. Where you can take all of life's dicks, girl, at your pleasure. Because we know that's really what you want, honey. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I want a few dicks. Yes, girl, you've been sentenced, girl. Bye. Hallelujah, bitch. She's gone. Now we got to move on to some things, girl. I'll be getting out of here shortly, but I wanted to bring up the Biden-Harris administration. I haven't done any lofty research to even have this conversation. I haven't done any of that yet. But I wanted to bring up some things. Are y'all sensing what I'm sensing in this government trash of an experience that we have to deal with? I just would like to know that. Because what I'm sensing here is we've all been played, girl. We have been played. Gas is still going up, and it's never going away. Bitch. I'm over it. Groceries have gone up. Every cost of living up. And how fucking dare developers in rental spaces increase your motherfucking rent to people who are already having a rough time. And I want to say this. The nerve and caucasity of the Biden administration to raise taxes on the middle class is trash. They kept telling the girls, well, you're not going to have to pay for these stimulus checks. This is free money. Bitch, all of that was a lie. All of that was a motherfucking lie. We're paying for it. Like, what does Funky Don't even say? We may not pay for it on the front end, but we're going to pay for it on the back end. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. We are paying for it. Them little 1,200 and whoever the fuck has, you've went above that with just what you've had to pay to live at way after we got those checks, girl. That little 600 for the single hoes, that little 1,200 last year, girl, please. I guarantee you in taxes and cost of living, you've already paid double that by now. And when you go to file your taxes next year, for all of you child tax credit people, I hope you're paying attention. We are almost to December and no one has talked about the changing of the tax codes. Usually that happens around this time of the year. Their deadline is like literally like the end of December to make it happen before the IRS does their tax process for the new year. So, bitch, we're fucked. And there's a conversation that's going around talking about truly taxing us. So for all of us small business, I know I talked about it before briefly, but for all of us small business owners out here who deal with, you know, Cash App, Zelle, everything. If you have more than $600 a year in deposits, girl, you are going to be sent a motherfucking tax form to claim. You have to claim that shit, girl. And the Republicans, the one time I agree with them is they're trying to fight that because first of all, that's an invasion of privacy. That is an abuse of power. How fucking dare you? Because what that does is allow them a direct fucking access to your goddamn bank statements, girl. Your financial fucking journey, girl, is now in the prying fucking eyes and hands of the fucking government. Don't they already have way too much control? But we want to talk about the land of the free, home of the brave, girl. Fuck all of that. That does not exist over here. It is a fucking illusion that fortunately we're starting to pull back those layers of fuck shit and start to see what's really happening around here. I knew they weren't shit as soon as the shit with the Asian community took place. How fast we did not want to upset our Asian, affiliates, child, and the people that collaborate with us on things, girl. But fuck the black community because we only make up 13%. We can wait. We've been waiting for thousands and thousands of years anyway. What's a couple more years to wait on our justice, girl? On our rights. But we got to please the Asian community now. So let's put an executive order to protect them at all costs. Meanwhile, white law enforcement or law enforcement period, because we've seen black people in law enforcement kill black people too. So let's shed a light on that as well. Law enforcement in general meanwhile, they still gunning us down, killing us, planting evidence, getting away with it, girl. We still don't have justice for a lot of the girls of note. Breonna Taylor, more specifically. There's no justice ever being done for us. But as soon as a white boy goes on a shooting rampage in the streets of Atlanta and kills 8 Asian people, as far as I'm concerned, I've never heard of Asians truly being targeted like that, especially at the length of the time and length of black people, girl. Come on now, girl. They are out here in the great old state of Texas, girl, whipping us, girl. They are, no, well, not us, the Haitians, but bitch, us, human beings, people of color, hello, God. People that are fleeing a war-torn country. Well, not war-torn, but girl, might as well be. Life has had that. The island of Haiti is a mess. The republic, whatever you want to call that shit, is a hot mess. The corruption that goes on over there. We talked about this before in the past, but it's just a mess. These people are fleeing. They were just hit by a fucking devastating earthquake, girl. These people are starving. There's nothing over there. There's no aid coming to them or anything like that. And you have the nerve to send out your white goons of life, child, to whip people all because they want bread and water. Wow, girl. The evil. And we wonder why the rest of these godforsaken countries despise Americans. Why they tried forever, girl, to destroy us. Jesus. Whew. Shout out to Nola, baby. How you doing? You're in Texas? I pay my plug on Cash App. Are they going to tax the dope house? They're going to have to add to the price. I'm telling, and let me tell you why too. Like, we're going to get into that as well briefly when we talk about marijuana being legalized and why they're not doing that yet. We're going to get into it. Asian Americans got their legislation, so did Mayo, LGBTQI, but Black America, burn it all down. That's how it is. That's how it is. But I want to say something to us, and I say this all the time. What is it going to truly take? What is our boiling point? Is it true what the young child that I did this, the YB Speaks on, when he talks about that pineal gland has been, in the docile position, we're submissive now because of fluoride. If you look at us, it's almost like we don't own our own mind anymore. Our will has been tainted with fear, disgust. It's been diluted with fuck shit. Are we that afraid to truly stand the hell up for ourselves, for our future selves, our past selves, our present selves? Are we that afraid to where we'll just speak about things, but we won't really do what's needed, required, and desired to really make change happen? I think we need to start developing the same passion a lot of these other cultures and races have when it comes to, like, we will not be moved. Do you see what they do in the Middle East? If their leaders are not on the same page with the community, yeah, it takes a little time to build before they realize that, oh, this is a true dictatorship, girl, and these girls are going to kill us if we don't bow to their glory. They fucking get groups started and they make shit happen. They will drag you in the streets, girl, beat the fuck out of you, hang your ass, burn you alive, all kinds of shit, girl. So America, it just seems like the people here, we have been so docile for so long. Yeah, we talk a good game, but girl, we really ain't about that life. And that is what sucks. That's why we will never get the change that we're searching for, because we're not willing to go that extra mile. They called them civil wars for a motherfucking reason. People were fighting for their right to exist, their right to just fucking be. The world is tumbling down. I read somewhere too that they just gave a bunch of millions of dollars to combat climate change. And I'm just like, girl, too little, too late. Where were these conversations at years ago when we actually had a chance to reverse the damage? And remember what I said in that commentary about what climate change is going to bring. Higher food costs, higher living. And what kills me too is that the world recognizes, America more specifically recognizes, everything is more expensive because they're the ones who set the price points. As trade, import, export kind of goes through their daily bullshit, the stock markets we see, they rise, they go down, all this kind of shit. These people make the decisions on how much shit is going to cost in this country. So they know, even before we do, what difficulties this is going to bring to the main population of the people. But you guys don't want to increase wages. You see the cost of living is going up. We do these reports like every couple of weeks for the housing market, for the job market. We see these things are happening, what the cost of food is, what the cost of living is, and all this. We do all these annual reports, all these quarterly reports, and we see that everything is going up except for wages. Right now, I want to speak on this briefly. You got a lot of people claiming that they're hiring right now. But a lot of people that I know are going hard in the paint and trying to find them a job. But for some reason, these companies are lying. They're lying saying they're hiring. But then when you call to check up on the application, they tell you, oh, they're not hiring right now. I had a friend of mine, or was it my niece, somebody child was telling me they went online to do an application. They said they were hiring. By the time they got done with the application, it said there's no positions available. So it goes back to a piece of commentary I did a couple years back, where I was talking about by law, they have to post that they're hiring, especially when the employment numbers go to a certain point. They have no choice but to lie, to say that we are hiring, because it does something in the government. There's a deal that they made, I can't really remember it, but there's a deal that they made that by law, they have to post hiring signs to show some type of growth, to show that there is availability of work. That way, people that are impoverished cannot qualify for government assistance, because most government assistance programs force people to show that they've been putting in applications. Hopefully that made sense, girl. Okay. But yeah, child, and a lot of the easy fixes we talk about is legalizing marijuana. Do you know there was a lot of studies conducted? I think I mentioned it briefly on the platform some time back. Colorado, a couple years back, when they first made it law that everyone can do marijuana, basically, recreational use and all that shit, right? They made about $500 million their first year, but had nowhere to store it because the banks are ran by the federal government, and the federal government doesn't observe, marijuana laws in their independent states. So that's a lot of money, girl. That's a lot of money banks missed out on taxing. That's a lot of things that could be happening to bring down inflation. Hello, God. That's a lot of money, girl, that can be put into funds to really help cure a lot of these diseases that I feel like y'all already got cures for. Again, they'll provide the treatment, not the cure. They get more money for that shit. So yeah, we're fucked. Humanity is trash. I'm just going to keep it real. Like, this is really the most low vibrating plane. I really do believe this is hell. But there's lessons to be learned here. That way we can get all the things that we need to be accepted into the higher vibrating plane of heaven, girl. Because I'm over this place. This place is too hot, girl. It's going to get even hotter. Pay attention. I'm telling y'all, things are going to get a little bit more crazy, more expensive. A lot of us are going to be poor. A lot of us are going to be homeless. Even the people with jobs. Yeah. Even people that have been working for companies for years, we're going to be going through our own struggle. Trust me, I know I am. And then what happens is when there's so much restriction, it's going to be even more difficult to find work. And people are going to be more easy to let you go because they're going to be like, anybody would love this job. So now you have to even control your mouth when you're being disrespected in a place that really ain't paying you all that much. Which is why in customer service fields, people feel the need to try you. Again, just that whole back and forth alone is low vibrating as fuck. We at large not about it, but the minority who was burning down Ferguson, LA sure was. Hello, they sure were. This earth is not going to let us kill it. This universe will extinct our asses like they did it. Hello. There's going to be food shortages. Yep, food shortages. And more importantly, a lot of foods are going to go extinct. A lot of these items that you love so much will be going extinct. Mind you, they need certain climates in order to flourish and grow properly. We talked about this in that video I did. Bananas are about to go extinct. Avocados. Certain species of plant life, animals even. Child, it's gonna, if it gets too hot, certain things can't exist, even us. The atmosphere will grow harsher over time, which will require, girl, the shit, Johnson & Johnson sunscreens out here giving the girls cancer and shit. Isn't it supposed to, the sunscreen supposed to keep us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun, girl? So now we're going to really have to purchase Tika Natural Body Butters, girl, to protect our skin. Hello, God. Shameless plug. Yes, God. It's a mess, girl. But we want to focus on independent struggles. We want to focus on foolishness, fakery, fuckery, and fraudulence. If your mind is not on the main problem, that means there's no one around to help fix it. So if we program humanity to focus on the dumb shit of life, that means the longer it'll take for us to find solutions to the big problems of the world in our existence. That's what they want. But there's so much low vibrations going on in this world that people just don't see the forest through the trees on those matters. We've been busy on social media for how many years now? Not even paying attention to the effects of global warming, the future implications of it. We've been so busy with the Real Housewives and all this bullshit in reality TV and everywhere else around this godforsaken land of life, child, that we're not paying attention to the obvious destruction of the earth. And what do? We go to war. We fight each other. We tear each other down, further dividing us because we don't want to accept the fact that unity is what will heal the earth. If we combine our intelligence, if we combine our strengths, if we try to understand each other's weaknesses, hello, God, because if you can build a weakness up, you can turn it into a strength. But we're too busy fighting black people, brown people, white people, Asian people, all these different types of people, religious people, political people. We're fighting all of these different fronts. Our eyes have been put away from the main issue. And that is why we're going to be destroyed. Because of our lack of focus on the bigger issues in this world. We want to fight with each other over dumb. You tranny, you gay bitch, you're a lesbian, you're a Christian, you're a Catholic, you're Indian, and you're this, and you're a foreigner, you're an immigrant, you're this, and you're that. And it's just like, girl, while we're doing all of this, the bigger picture outside of us is colliding in. And I'll say this like I say in every little piece of commentary like this. What's the fucking point if we're no longer in existence? Because there ain't no fighting in the afterlife, girl. Hello. There ain't no fighting when you standing next to your good Judy girl and all the other hater ass bitches in your life, girl, while you're waiting in that long line to see if your name is on the list to be accepted into the gates. Who gives a fuck when we won't be here no more? So while we're fighting over dumb shit, the real things are happening and we're going to miss the mark. Now things have tried to calm down a little bit. Now girls want to give a little money. Now the girls want to start putting into law things to combat climate change and global warming, girl. But it's too late, girl. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. Girl, let me get out of here. Let me get ready for work, child. I appreciate everybody who showed up and showed out in the chat, honey. I really do appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Thank you for engaging in the commentary. I apologize if I didn't get a chance to get to the chat, child, but just know that I love you guys so much. Please continue to like the video, comment, subscribe, all of the above, child. Oh, girl. The Ku Klux Klan is here, child. Oh, my goodness. Nazi Party, Adolf Hitler, and the Klan, honey. The KKK, the 666. Oh, my God, girl. How pathetic is your life? Girl. Your hate, that goes to show, too, though, Mr. Nazi, before you're blocked and deleted from this situation, girl. Just to people like you as well. Like, think about it, girl. Think about it. Like, what's the point of your hate? The existence of your hate matters not when there's no existence of human beings to hate. Okay, girl. So that's why hate shouldn't even matter anymore. You gotta get over it, girl. Get over it, girl. I would be mad too if I was a pale-faced bitch. I'd be mad too, girl. It's okay, girl. There's no sauce to your life. There's no dirty wine, girl. There's no surprise factor there for you, girl. I get it, girl. White people are just so underwhelming in nature, girl. That's why they've had to steal and do and copy and mimic and do take everything from every culture and every race, girl. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have nothing of their own, girl. They have no origin story. They have no origin story. Isn't it fucked up that white people were looked at as the caveman, but black people, we have our own origin story where we were already upright, girl. Hello, God. Or is it the fact that you guys really fucking hate that scientists even hated to admit, girl, that the oldest fucking being, a human that was found, a hominoid, girl, 4 or 5 million years old, predating everything in the Bible, predating all that slave master bullshit, that whole white supremacy programming and social conditioning that made y'all feel like y'all were supreme, girl, which you're not, girl. Girl, it's a mess. That's why I'm like, girl, white people, girl, like y'all, I know why y'all are mad, girl, but it's time to embrace your origin story, girl, that you are brought from Neanderthal, girl. And it's okay, girl. It's okay that, girl, it's okay, girl. But we're here to save you. You guys don't understand that. People of color are here to save you, girl. And we really have saved you. We've saved you time. We've saved you money. Our ancestors were your slaves, girl. Hello, God. We've helped you, girl, even against our will, girl. We didn't want to help you, girl, but you gave us no choice, girl. We helped you. You still didn't know what to do with that. We built this country, girl, after your ancestors stole it and killed off millions and billions of motherfucking Native Americans, girl. Like, seriously. But you guys have the nerve to think that you should be the supreme beings, girl, please. Girl, you guys have the same fucking ending. Girl, what is up with this thing? You guys have the same fucking ending, honey, as the Decepticons, girl, in those damn Transformer movies. Evil never wins, girl, at the end of the day, girl. We triumph over you sorry bitches. We tap dance on your fucking pale-faced skins, bitch. Your saltine breath could never hold a candle to our greatness, girl. Okay? Jesus. I am half white, child. Yes. What's up, Jace? What's up, Hermit? How y'all doing? Isaac, Monty, how you doing? Yes, girl. These kids are really out here. Yes, I'm half white. But see, I'm one of those I grew up in black communities, girl. All my foster parents were black. I grew up black. I'm half black and white. Actually, shout out to heritage.com or whatever that shit is. I'm half Nigerian. So my blood is from the motherland, bitch. Okay? Actually, my ancestry was traced back to the slave trade, child. Hello, God. So no wonder I innately yield this kind of attitude towards, the world and my views on, white supremacy. And don't let it be, I don't hate all white people. Just the ones who identify, who think that they are the supreme beings of the land. Shout out South Africa in the building, honey. Hello, God. Oh, why? You've never mentioned your half. Oh, yes, I have. Many times before. I sure have. I don't shy away from that. Look at me, girl, please. Look at me. My mother is white and my father was African. He's from Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my shit goes back to Sierra Leone, honey. All of that area. All of that area. Yes, honey. Yes. That's how I know my ancestors were slaves, because that was one of the major ports for the slave trade, was in Sierra Leone. African comes in many colors, girl. Many colors. Many colors. We're not monoliths. We're not monoliths. Shit, I'm from Florida. I know a bunch of light-skinned Haitians, because we all think that Haitians are dark-skinned as fuck, right? No, that's not the truth. I know a lot of light-skinned Haitian people. I know some Chinese Jamaicans that are from London. Hello, God. So why did you grow up in foster care? You got to check my videos out on the reason for that, honey, because my white mother was trash. My white mother was a drug addict and a whore. And plus, I'm grateful, because I don't think I would have been the man that I am today without those struggles. Amen. Hallelujah, bitch. Yes. And don't let foster care, if there's a bunch of white children in foster care too, those meth mouth bitches who lost the rights to their kids because they done overdosed at a stoplight and got pulled over by a police officer. Hello, God. Or they send their kids to school looking like trash. And you know, the teachers got to do their job. Welfare checks and all that shit is really what gets a lot of them bitches. If you're half Nigerian, you should know how to read that. That's probably where I get it from too. That old spirit of the motherland, honey. Wakanda forever, bitch. You already know. I know you. Okay, you did say you can't. Shout out to TTB for referring you to the channel, honey. Yes, God. So get into my platform. I reads down, girl. Ask the girls and ask the kids in the chat, honey. YB ain't nothing to play with, honey. I will drag the life force out of a bitch. Yes. Josh, are you in London? You said here in London, like you're there. Shout out to London, girl. Yes, and shout out to Mary J. Blige's London Sessions album. I don't know, that doesn't relate, but shit. I love that album. A lot of people didn't like it. I love the house music mixed in with the soul. Very Donna Summers. I love it. Kid M is Nigerian. He's light skinned. I have no idea who that is. I'm sorry. Joshy Poo must be new. Welcome. All right. Well, shout out to London. Yeah, you got to get into my channel, Josh. I got a lot of stories on here. I can't even remember them, but I got a lot of videos on here that talk about my foster care experience and all. I might actually do another conversation piece about that. You know, to talk about it and, you know, educate the kids. You know, I worked in group homes for years. I can remember all of the black kids I worked with because there were only about 20 of them. The rest were white and Mexican. Well, because with the black communities, you know, you got the parents that really do want to hold on to their kids a lot more times than others. And black people, we don't allow entities into our business. Does that make sense? Remember my foster parents did this all the time. Don't you go into that school telling the white people our business. Almost like that scene in Precious when Monique's character went the fuck off on Homegirl Child. Don't have them white people coming to my house. Like, black people don't like entities in their business, period. So even if you're facing a lot of disparities at home, you're trained and conditioned not to even reveal that. Look at Moonlight. Look at everything that young man went through in his walk of life. And he had all the obvious signs where you think that foster care would have gotten involved. You know what I'm saying? But they never did. And obviously, I'm going to be honest here, white people, y'all like to poke y'all nose in everybody else's business and in our business too a lot of times, but you ain't poking it in the right ways to save these children from their home lives. You know what I mean? So, yes. I meant Zendaya, not kidding. Oh, okay. Is that the guy singer, the cute little light-skinned dude? He be wearing the suits and shit. I mean, this commentary isn't really about, Eric James, but, you can like who you want to like. That's fine. He just needs to get his shit together. He needs to stop acting so much. And then maybe he wouldn't have to blow out a candle and disappear into the midnight hour when he's in fear that the girls are going to wear his ass out. Because I'm sorry, that was me. Oh, for real, you want to play? Pookie. Q. Yeah, I need y'all to meet me down to the tarot card place. Yes, God, honey. We got some girls who I feel like the energy is they want to rumble in the jungle. Oh, you'll be here in 5 minutes? Okay, girl. You ain't the only one that got friends. That's how that should have went down. Yes, God, honey. Honestly, by the way, the Real Housewives of Durban is so good, but that's American. Oh, I didn't even know they had other housewife shows overseas like that. That's interesting. I don't really know much about the Bad Girls Club or the Bad Boys Club. I really don't have any thoughts on it until I see what the promo is. Like, what are they? Is it going to be a bunch of gay boys? Like, or is this going to be like, what is the whole idea? Like, I'm hearing a lot of people are trying out for it, but I'm like, girl, okay. Another show to, exploit the dramas, the girls be trying to put on. Because Bad Girls Club, what was the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the point? I asked myself, like, what's the mission? At least with like Flavor of Love, the goal was to be married to this ugly ass clock wearing motherfucker at the end. Charm School had a point. We're gonna take these ratchet ass bitches and we're gonna turn them into young women of society, child. You know what I'm saying? Like America's Next Top Model. At the end, we're gonna select the bitch who works the right way the best. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these shows had a point. You know what I mean? Even the Real Housewives fucking series thing has a point. I want to show you opulence and wealth and the dramas that are intertwined within these rich bitches' lives. That's the point for those types of shows. But I never got the point with a Bad Girls Club. I never got the point of any of those shows that were like that. Because, like, what's the end goal? I never understood that. And then y'all do a whole reunion where the girls are going to be stabbing each other with stiletto pump heels, girl, and beating each other with microphones, girl. So it's just like, girl, what's the point? But yeah, y'all, that's all I got time for. Let me get up out of here. I love y'all, and thank you so much for joining me for this lovely piece of commentary. All the new people that have come through the building, I appreciate you guys. All the old people that have been following me, thank you so much. I love you all, and thank you for always being here with me. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated every time I'm uploading something new, child, okay? And y'all remember to be blessed and never stressed. Bye, guys. Take care. And remember, love each other. This life is too short, girl. Like, it's really short. Like, in a twinkling of an eye, things can be changed. Like, so just treat each other with a little bit more love. And I know it's a lot to ask for, child, and it sounds so cheesy to keep saying this shit. But that's the only way that we'll develop the needed solutions to get us through, girl. Like, togetherness, unity. Remember that whole saying, it takes a village. It also takes a village to care and to start changing some of these generational curses and really just doing the fucking work. Humanity's existence depends on it. All right?